Welcome to the WashDOT Project Management Guide training. Kickoff meeting. Congratulations! You're starting a new project or starting a new project phase, and you need to plan for your kickoff meeting. Now what? Planning for your kickoff meeting. A kickoff meeting is recommended when you start a new project and when you start a new phase of your project. Check out the Launch a New Project Quick Guide for more details, which is available on the WashDOT Project Management Guide website. Meeting purpose. Your kickoff meeting is a chance to meet with your team and stakeholders before the project starts to align on key details, plan for the work, and get buy-in on critical milestones. At the end of the meeting, the entire team should have a shared understanding about what the project is, why, and how the work will be accomplished. Your kickoff meeting is an invaluable way to communicate key project information to the team and give them all an opportunity to ask questions of the entire team, which reduces miscommunication and helps ensure everyone is starting the project from the same place and understanding. Without a kickoff meeting, your team members and stakeholders could have misaligned project expectations, which leads to scope creep and budget overruns. When? You want to have your kickoff meeting as early as possible, but after you have started putting together some information, as discussed in the Launch a New Project Quick Guide. Start planning for the meeting about 2 to 6 weeks ahead of time. Who to invite? Make sure to invite someone from every WashDOT discipline that you anticipate you will need. If you are not sure who to include from each WashDOT discipline or specialty group, you can always contact the head of that department and ask them for a recommendation. What partner and/or key impacted stakeholders should be at the kickoff meeting? Have you contracted with any consultants that should be included? And make sure to always include WashDOT maintenance. They can be a wealth of valuable information. Date and time. Pick a date 2 to 6 weeks out that works for you and as many of your key invitees as possible. You will never find a date and time that works for everyone. For those who cannot attend, you will ask them to take the responsibility to assign their delegate to attend. You should right-size the kickoff for your project. For smaller projects, perhaps just one 25-minute meeting is all that is needed, and up to 2 hours for larger, more complicated projects. If you plan to go over 2 hours, add a break in the middle of the agenda. Note, it will be difficult to keep people engaged for more than 2 hours. For larger projects, you may choose to have multiple kickoff meetings, one internal to WashDOT staff, another when consultants are engaged, and possibly one or more with external stakeholders. If you have multiple kickoff meetings for your project, all the effort you put into your first presentation is largely repeatable for the others. Meeting invitation. Prepare the Microsoft Outlook invitation. Consider if you will have some invitees attend virtually, and if so, add a Teams or Zoom meeting component to the invitation. Add a conference room reservation, if appropriate. Make sure your invitation title clearly names your project, followed by Kickoff Meeting, so it is very clear what the invitation is for. In the body of the invitation include, agenda and project information will be provided about 1 week in advance of this meeting. Also, add your name, email, and phone number so invitees can contact you before the meeting if they have any questions or concerns. Send the meeting invitations 2 to 6 weeks ahead of time to reserve the time on everyone's calendars. Meeting agenda. A few different kickoff meeting agenda templates can be found on the WashDOT Project Management Guide website. There is a lot to go over, so be sure to right-size the agenda for your project. Consider drafting a rough start to a team charter commitment that can be presented at the kickoff meeting for everyone to react, edit, and contribute to during the meeting. Suggested agenda items include introductions, a safety, quality, diversity, equity, and/or inclusion moment, project mission, vision, purpose, goals, project description and scope, schedule, budget, known stakeholders and risks, org chart, roles and responsibilities, decision-making process, team commitment, communications, internal and public meetings, quality, change management, operating guidelines, and recognition, files locations and file sharing, data collection, and leave time for questions, review assignments and next steps. Email agenda. Prepare an email to all the invitees. Suggested email wording can be found in the Launch a Project Quick Guide. Attach SharePoint links of the draft project information you have gathered, noting that this is draft and subject to revision. Sending links is better than sending the documents themselves. Remind them again that if they cannot attend, to please take the responsibility of assigning their delegate to attend. Be sure to include your name, email, and phone number so invitees can contact you before the meeting if they have any questions or concerns. Email out the agenda to all invitees 1 to 2 weeks in advance of the meeting, so everyone has time to prepare for the meeting. This email serves several purposes. Provides the meeting agenda, provides links to important project information, reminds them that this meeting is occurring soon, so they need to prepare, and reminds them to assign a delegate if they cannot attend. Prepare for the kickoff meeting. Finalize your presentation, whether you are using PowerPoint or some other software application. It is recommended that you rehearse your presentation and make sure you can get through everything in the time you have allotted. You still have the opportunity to change some slides or content, so you leave enough time at the end for questions, going over assignments, and next steps. Assign a note taker. Consider recording the meeting for those unable to attend to catch up quicker. Consider asking a junior member of your team to prepare a safety, quality, diversity, equity, and/or inclusion moment. This is a great opportunity for them to gain presentation experience. Just make sure they understand the time they are allotted. Be sure to give them a few days to plan. Conduct the kickoff meeting. All the previous steps have prepared you, and now it's finally time to conduct the kickoff meeting you have been planning for. Meeting start. If you are using video conferencing, announce that this meeting is being recorded and start the recording feature. Introduce yourself and ask each person to introduce themselves, their role, and a fun fact about themselves, or some other icebreaker that helps get to know one another better. Offer a safety, quality, or diversity, equity, and/or inclusion moment. Project description, background, and scope. It's helpful to open Google Maps or Google Earth Pro and walk through the project, where everyone can see the existing conditions. This often triggers people's memories, or they see something that needs attention. Purpose, objectives, and success metrics. High-level schedule with any relevant project milestones. Budget, spend plan, and funding sources. Known stakeholders and risks and how they may be managed. Ask attendees for other known or suspected risks and add these to your risk matrix. Org chart with established project roles and responsibilities. Your draft RACI matrix can be discussed now or at a future meeting. You need all R's and A's to buy in and agree. Also discuss your decision-making process and conflict resolution ideas. Create the team commitment charter. Work with the entire team to draft a team commitment charter that everyone agrees to, and have each team member initial it. If this can't be accomplished during the kickoff meeting, consider having a separate team commitment and scoping meeting. Discuss how communications should occur. Decide what team meetings are needed, who leads, audience, and cadence. Your quality control and quality assurance plans. How change management will be handled, and operating guidelines. Document file structure and location with your file naming convention. Share where the team will track project data and real-time updates. Recognitions. Discuss how team members will be recognized for achieving performance targets. Leave time for questions. And outline assignments and next steps. After the kickoff meeting. After the kickoff meeting, it's time to follow through on your assignments. Calendar team meetings. During the kickoff meeting, you discussed what team meetings are needed, cadence, and audience. Now it's time to put these on everyone's calendars. You and the discipline specialty group leads shall calendar the following meetings as soon as possible to reserve these times on everyone's Outlook calendars. These meetings should be set up with Microsoft Teams virtual attendance. Executive. You should set up a bi-weekly or monthly executive meeting, including yourself, Project Engineer Assistant P, Area Engineering Manager, Assistant State Design Engineer, and any others you recommend. Leadership. You should set up a weekly or bi-weekly leadership meeting, including yourself, Assistant, Deputy PM, each discipline specialty group lead, and consultants. Discipline specialty group. The discipline specialty group leads should set up a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly discipline specialty group meeting, including all appropriate staff for that discipline specialty group. Others, there may need to be additional meeting series, one-offs, or specialty meetings during the project life, which you should delegate someone to set up and manage these meetings. It's important to note that meetings are expensive and have a sizable impact to your budget, so keep meetings just long enough to accomplish the meeting goals. Keep each meeting moving at a good pace, end early when you can, keep meeting attendance reasonable, and cancel meetings when they are not needed. If a discussion gets lengthy or off-topic, suggest that discussion continue at another time so that the current meeting agenda can stay on track. Update project documents. Based on the kickoff meeting, you should now have additional information to continue to populate your project management plan, PMP, and other project documents. Update the project documents with the additional information gathered during the kickoff meeting. Metrics of success. External stakeholders. Org chart. Risk matrix. Schedule and milestones. Budget breakdown and spend plans. And the RACI matrix. Kickoff meeting notes. After the kickoff meeting, you should email to all attendees and those invited but could not attend. Link to the agenda with meeting notes filed on SharePoint. Link to the meeting recording, if any. Link to the attendance list. Link to all updated documents. Your plan for team meetings, with who is responsible, audience, cadence, frequency. Any assignments, who's responsible, and due dates. And next steps. File the meeting notes with the kickoff meeting agenda, PowerPoint presentation, and other related documents in your project's SharePoint or other file site, and email the links rather than emailing the actual documents. Congratulations! You have just completed your kickoff meeting. Now it's time to start managing your project. To learn more, see the WashDOT Program Management Manual.